Big Money Bound TV, RRT Posse, YouTube. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I release scheduled videos every Monday, 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, but I also release some unscheduled videos throughout the week. Now, if you're returning, hey, welcome back. I appreciate all of the support. Thank you. Texas travel assignment that I did. I found out that Texas hospitals are dangerous. There is no sense of urgency during an emergency. The Texas estate, y'all cool, but the hospitals that I was in, they dangerous though. What do I mean? Keep watching, just keep watching. What we represent, man?
Big money bound.
Big money bound.
Big money bound.
So I've been a respiratory therapist going on 7 years now. So I'm a little experienced. I know what they expect in like a cold blue or rapid response. What I'm used to and what I expect. If there's a rapid response call, there's at least 2 respiratory therapists. The therapist for that floor and then the supervisor for that night. There's the charge nurse of the hospital. There's the patient's nurse as well. And then there's like a PCA. So it's a total of 5 people doing a rapid response. That's just what I'm used to. That's just how the cookie crumbles where I'm at. That goes for every respiratory therapy job I ever held. Then, when it's a cold blue, every nurse from that floor goes to that room. At least 3 respiratory therapists plus the supervisor for respiratory therapy shift. So that's 4 respiratory therapists total, plus the charge nurse, and hospital nurse. What? I forgot what they call them, man. What they call them people, man? See, I ain't been working in a while. I forget what they call it. The nurse for the hospital for that night, the charge nurse for the hospital for that night, plus the floor charge nurse. And then you'll have the doctor and the ER doctor. So I'm used to like a lot of hands on deck. We gonna figure out what's going on. We finna save this patient. We ain't gonna let nobody down. This is what I'm used to. So that's what I expected to happen when I was in Texas. But it was a little different over there in Texas. They say everything's bigger in Texas. Not the sense of urgency, man. I tell you no lie, man. While I was in Texas, during the cold blue, they said they only want 2 respiratory therapists going. 2. And then it was 2 nurses and it was 1 doctor. So I show up to the cold blue. It's 2 therapists. I'm the 3rd one. But I see that they need an extra set of respiratory therapy hands. Like they needed me. But the policy is only 2 therapists. But hey, we gotta forget that because we're trying to save a life. So it took some getting used to for sure because, like I said, I'm used to like 4 therapists being there, a room full of people, everybody doing CPR. It was a little different, man. The doctor come in. Oh yeah, we gotta intubate this patient. Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, I'm not really good at intubation. Anybody else good at intubation? What's happening, though? Yeah, let me call this. Call somebody. At least give it a try. This is an emergency. But the sense of urgency, dog, it's a little different. But luckily, the person that this doctor was gonna call was also coming down to see if they needed his help. Cause I guess he knew what I didn't know, which is everybody ain't good at intubating as a doctor. So we came down, intubated, first try, no problem. They still doing CPR. It's vomit and goo going everywhere. Oh Lord, amen. Hey. But this is why I take the proper measures before I go into any cold blue situation. No matter if I'm in Texas, I'm in the state of Florida. I learned in Florida The same skill set I learned in Florida, the same way I move in Florida, that's how I'm moving in Texas. Before I go into any cold blue, I gown up. I put me a gown on and I got me a shield. So that's what I had. So they was doing compressions and whatever came up. It was pink and orange. It looked like Pepto-Bismol and orange juice. That's what I'm saying. And then it had chunks in it. I'm not trying to gross nobody out. I'm just saying what happened. So it shot up. I'm covered. Ain't nothing on me though. I'm good. Got a little something on my gown. I'm straight, man. Another therapist had to go change their whole outfit. The level of urgency is different, man. I was in a rapid response situation. A rapid response. I'm saying I'm not joking because like what I'm gonna tell you, like you're not gonna believe it. Like you're gonna be like, Randy, you gotta be lying. Like you're just trying to be funny. But I'm serious. Cold blue situation. Patient's like in their 90s. The patient was just down and slurring. They said he wasn't responding, wasn't being his normal self. One doctor come in there, cause I got the floor, so it's me and another therapist. I got the floor. Doctor comes in there. Yeah, I don't really know what this could be. Let me call for some help and call another doctor. I'm like, so what are we gonna do about this? We're gonna give a med, we're gonna do something, we're gonna do vital, CT, MRI, like let's say something, X-ray, something. Yeah, just hold on, let me get a second opinion. Dog ain't come. It was about 10 to 15 minutes for another doctor came. And this is like the word rapid. It's supposed to be some rapid attention didn't happen. Nothing rapid was going on. So another person come in there, another doctor come in there. Yeah, let's shock him. The patient has a pulse. They just a little lethargic and like, it's something else going on, man. So hey, but like, when in Rome, you do as a Rome. You gotta like just follow the chains of command. That's the doc. You don't so I'm just, all right. They put on the leads. First they got an EKG. EKG said, EKG was showing something. But did it warrant a shock? To me, nah. But I could be wrong. Hey, I could be wrong. Said, okay, shock the patient. They shocked him. So, said, dude, oh shit. Dude went to hollering, man. Bro, dog is up and alert now. So, I guess they fixed him, man. But they had to call like 15 minutes to get another doctor to come up to see what he wanted to do. Now they got two doctors up here trying to figure out what we gonna do. Like, I'm not used to this. I'm used to like one doctor coming up here. We figure out what we gonna do and we get the ball rolling. Like we do this rapidly. Like we got some urgency. It was just a little different for me. Like traveling respiratory therapy, it does open your eyes to the way things are done completely different around the world in different states. Like I would have never imagined that respiratory therapy was done like this in another state. But hey, it works for them, you know. Like, and plus, I was at a small hospital. I only heard the word cold blue called twice. In my whole 3 months, 2.5 months that I was up there, it was called twice. And one of them was canceled. So I really only had one cold blue. And I guess when you only get them like, you don't get them very often. You don't have like a lot of time with like actual in the fire hands-on learning. So it takes a while for everybody to kind of get adjusted. Like while I'm at in Florida, you hear cold blue 4 or 5 times throughout the night. So everybody know where they're going, how to get there, when to get there, what position to be in, and when to strike. So that could play a role in as well. I had a situation. Patient had spontaneous subcutaneous sub-Q emphysema. Sub-Q is subcutaneous emphysema. Air outside of the lung. And the patient's chest began to swell. Because at first, the nurse had called me saying, yeah, I'm getting peak pressures, alarming. I'm suctioning. I'm like, nah, ain't nothing down there. Then I listen to my stethoscope. I'm like, hold on, I don't really hear any sounds. Then I go to pressing the chest and it's like, you can see your hands going in. I'm like, yeah, this patient has sub-Q. You got to call them to do they call it to do a needle decompression. Like you stick a needle there. I don't know exactly where, 'cause it's like something that the doctor does. You stick a needle like somewhere the third, I don't know if it's somewhere within in between the ribs, but you got to go either up or down on the ribs because there's like a vein that runs either up or down on that rib. I forgot. See, I ain't took anatomy 2 in a while. See, like if you don't lose this stuff, you'll kind of use it, but it's a certain way you got to stick above the rib so you don't puncture that that artery that's running along the ribs or that vein. If you know what I'm talking about, punching in down low, we all helping each other. So I know it had to be a needle decompression done because I've seen it done before. So I'm like, yeah, you got to call the doctor. It's like, this is an emergency situation. You might want to get somebody here ASAP. So they call somebody. It was like, yeah, we can't, I'm not really like, they had to call like us. The person who they needed to do it wasn't in the hospital. They had to call like somebody else from the outside to come in and do it. Never seen this happen in my life. You had to call somebody from outside of the hospital to do a needle decompression, to stick a needle in there. But like I'm saying, this was a small hospital. They don't really have this kind of, they don't really do this kind of stuff. I'm like, now where I come from, you said that's what we need. Hand me my needle, hand me this. We gonna get that out of there. But everybody different. So at least I did tell him what needed to be done. The doctor came down and he agreed with me. They got an x-ray. They saw the lung. Wasn't being ventilated. Air was around the lung. So that was the cause of the peak pressure because the lung was like shrinking. And when you try to inflate it, the air from the outside pushing it down. So it's all about your peak pressure. That's why you gotta really pay attention in your lab class, in your anatomy classes, in your program classes. Them peak pressures, that's a bad sign. Suction, ain't nothing coming out. We gotta look to see what's going on. So shout out to Palm Beach State College. And I had another situation, man, that showed me that like Texas was a little bit different and dangerous and no sense of urgency. I had a patient that had a high level of CO2. A high level of CO2, man. It was like, let's say, I don't know, man. Like, it was something where like BiPAP could have turned this around. This man think my big money bound rug is his rug. Louis. He think, okay, but the patient had a high CO2 that BiPAP could have turned around. So I took the blood, guys, got the results, took it to the doctor. I'm like, yeah, doc, I think I'm gonna just put this patient on BiPAP so he can bring down the CO2. The doctor then said to me, do you think he's gonna wear it? Do I think he's gonna wear the BiPAP that he need to help him with his normal life function? Ventilating? Yeah, I think he gonna wear that, doc. I think we gonna really have to make him wear this. We gonna have to explain to him what's gonna happen if he doesn't wear it. So yeah, I think that he's gonna wear this, man. Just the doctor saying that to me was like, wow, do you think he's gonna wear it? Bro, you supposed to be, well, tell him that's what he's got to do, tell him that's what he's got to put on, explain it to him, tell him he got to wear this, he got to wear the BiPAP. Do you think he's gonna wear it, bro? Why would, what? Hey man, it was a little different over there in Texas, dog. And then the most wild and craziest thing I ever seen, like y'all know how I am with radiation. Like I don't play about that radiation. Like bro, I'm not trying to get radiation. I'm trying to protect what's on the lower end down there. I'm trying to protect what's down there. And really up here. You gotta protect what's up here too, dog. You wanna protect these here, dog. So man, I went down to a cold blue that took place in the ER. It was like my first night there. I went down there because I wanted to see like how they really run their cold blues in the ER. So when I'm in the ER, because I know that's where I'm gonna be at. When I'm in the ER, I want to know like how they move, what to do, what's being done. I just want to see, get an example. I go down here, patient comes in, cardiac arrest. So cardiac arrest, they're doing CPR. Doctor intubates the patient. Everybody is still around the patient, getting labs, putting in IVs, additional IVs, catheter. The respiratory therapist still setting up the vent, getting everything hooked up. I'm on the outside looking in. While everybody who's supposed to be in there is helping. I just want to see how they doing what they doing. Because it was the change of shift. That's what it was. So it was day shift in there and I was night shift and I was just watching everything. The x-ray person comes in. While everybody is still doing everything, they take an x-ray. The room is full of people. I'm like, what the hell going radiation everywhere. But no one seems to like be worried or even care. Like, this is a normal thing. Like, this is normal. These people crying like these folks. Well, I'm like, hey, radiation. Nobody, I'm the only one that backs up from the door. I'm out of the room, I'm backed up, I'm far back, just looking like, nobody is saying, wait, let me move. The person hitting the x-ray button didn't even say, x-ray, just hit it. Showed the doctor the x-ray, said, yeah, take another one. Did it again. Everybody, nobody got on lead. If I'm lying, I'm flying, dog. Nobody has on lead. And that's not the worst. Patient was getting a CT scan. If a patient goes into a CT scan being ventilated, I tell you no lie, I'm not joking. They want you to, if the patient goes to the CT scan and they're intubated, they want you to bag while the patient is having a CT test done. They give you a lead vest. I don't care what you get. I'm broke. Do you know how much radiation that CT scan is putting off? But hey, by the grace of God, God real. I didn't have to do no CT scan on the patient. And I had the ER multiple times. I'm like, hey bro, I'm not finna be in that bag and I don't care what y'all. Hey, y'all send me back to Florida first class. Hey Jody, I'm coming back home, dog. Louis, I'm coming back home, Louis. Hey, I ain't doing that, man. I had to go to CT scan once. And when I did, they had different equipment. So it wasn't a normal portable ventilator that I was used to, but it was a vent that you could use for BiPAP and travel ventilator and it'd be like a travel vent. That's what I used, and I put the patient in there on that. And I watched it while I was in there. I'm not going in there doing it. So did I go against their policy? Yeah. But I ain't going in there doing this. I'm not doing that, bro. And when it came to like the cold blues in the ER, since I knew how they moved, I know they was wild and crazy and dangerous. Whenever I had ER, I had the vent, make sure the vent had everything on it ready to go. Whenever they said a patient is coming in cold blue, I took that vent into the room, turned it on, got all my settings ready. I don't know what size the patient is. I change the tidal volume if I got to when I see him. I just put like the normal, you put like 500, rate of 16, volume control, the normal like P5, the normal stuff. And you adjust it by the patient's height and weight, my patient height. I set all that up. So once they intubate, all I gotta do is click on and press the vent to go, and I get the hell out of that. Bro, hey, I'm worried about my safety, man. So whenever they intubated, I had my holisters, everything ready. I secured that hollister. There's some X-ray man come out like, X-ray, hold on. I secured that thing, hooked it up, and I got the hell up out of that, man. My job was done. Once he left, I came back and I got an ABG. Hey, man, they was moving dangerously different in Texas. I had to like survive and dodge the smoking guns, smoking bullets. I was bobbing and weaving, trying not to get hurt. I made it back COVID-free and radiation-free as much as I could. Them folks is wild, man. Like, hey. And I'm telling my homie, his mother homie, she was from South Carolina. I'm like, she had been there for like a month more than me. I'm like, hey, they don't worry about radiation. She like, nah, they crazy, man. I'm telling her, I can't be in there like that, bro. I can't have that. Your lymph nodes and all. I'm like, bro, hey, man, it was different in Texas. I got a lot more Texas stories coming. All you got to do is keep watching. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support. RRT Posse, I got us. Thank you. Louis, come on.